Cannabis for anxiety relief. It's everywhere online. Instagram influencers swear by it, your friends might recommend it, and dispensaries market it as nature's chill pill. But what does 2 decades of scientific research actually say? Well, the answer might surprise you. We've all heard the narrative. Feeling anxious? Light up and relax. Cannabis has this reputation as an anxiolytic, a fancy word for anxiety reducer. And to be fair, many people do report feeling calmer after using it. But here's the thing about feelings versus facts. Canadian researchers did a comprehensive analysis of 24 studies spanning 20 years and nearly 50,000 people. They wanted to answer one crucial question. Does cannabis use actually increase your risk of developing anxiety disorders long term? The results? Cannabis users showed a 25% increased risk of developing anxiety disorders. That's not a small number. We're talking about a significant statistical increase that held up across multiple countries and thousands of participants. But here's where it gets really interesting. When they looked at high-quality studies only, that association became less clear. And for specific anxiety disorders like panic disorder or social anxiety, the connection was there, but not quite statistically significant. So what's going on in your brain? Cannabis contains 2 main players, THC and CBD. THC, the stuff that gets you high, is actually known to be anxiogenic, meaning it can increase anxiety. CBD, on the other hand, might reduce it. It's like having a seesaw in your brain, and depending on the strain, potency, and your individual brain chemistry, that seesaw tips different ways. The researchers found something telling. The studies showed mixed results partly because of how variable cannabis products are. Your friend's chill strain might contain different THC to CBD ratios than what you're using. Here's the crucial distinction. Short-term relief versus long-term consequences. You might feel less anxious after using cannabis today, but according to this research, regular use might actually make you more prone to anxiety disorders down the road. Think of it like borrowing calm from your future self. Some participants in these studies were followed up for over 20 years. That's serious long-term data. The researchers were careful to note that they can't prove cannabis directly causes anxiety disorders. There are too many other factors at play, but the pattern is consistent enough to raise red flags. So what does this mean for you? Well, if you're using cannabis for anxiety, you're not necessarily doomed, but awareness is key. The researchers suggest that mental health professionals should consider cannabis use as a potential factor when treating anxiety, especially if standard treatments aren't working. If you're currently using cannabis for anxiety management, consider discussing it with a healthcare provider. There are proven anxiety treatments, therapy, medication, lifestyle changes that don't carry these potential long-term risks. The bottom line, the relationship between cannabis and anxiety is way more complex than social media makes it seem. While some people do find short-term relief, the long-term picture suggests we should be more cautious about treating cannabis as an anxiety cure-all. Science doesn't always tell us what we want to hear, but it helps us make better decisions. What do you think? Have you noticed any patterns in your own experience? Let me know in the comments below. And if you find this research breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button. I dive deep into the science behind popular health claims so you don't have to guess what's actually backed by evidence.